Hi, so today I'm going to talk about how you can build your own vertical garden system for as little as $60. And I'm going to show you how to produce this, bing, like so. This is a vertical garden system. It has basically 8 planters, and each planter has space for 3 plants. That's a total of 24 plants that you can grow in a system as a smaller space like this. Ideal for balconies and people that don't have much basically garden space. The great thing about this system is that the water basically drains back into this tank, so the water is 100% recyclable, which is ideal for drought conditions that we're all suffering here in San Diego. And you can also set the pump on a timer so that you don't have to remember about watering it every day. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to show you how to build one of these systems. Okay, so what you need to build one of the vertical stacking systems is a 27-gallon tote like this, a heavy duty one. Make sure it is a heavy duty one. I've tried it with a lighter version of it and it didn't support the weight of the planters, so make sure it's definitely heavy duty. You can typically pick this up at Costco or Target or Home Depot, and they kind of vary in price. Costco tends to be the cheaper one at about $8. Also, what you're going to need is irrigation piping, 1/2 inch. You're going to need a total of 4 feet of this. And I think they come in 10 feet, but if you've got any spare that's 1/2 inch and it's 4 feet long, that's perfect. Also, you're going to need a fountain pump that has a 6-foot head. This one I got from Amazon. I definitely recommend getting it from Amazon. It was just like $25. Home Depot, it can be very expensive, like over $100 for a 6-foot header pump. So make sure you can get this one off Amazon. And I'm going to supply you the link just below right there. Also, what you're going to need is 2 male adapters. This has a threaded end on one side and a coupling on the other side. 1/2 inch. This threads into the pump, and then the irrigation piping goes in, and then this one goes at the top. And then what we thread in here is a bubbler like so. This is to regulate the water. So this is a orbital mushroom spray. Also, what you're going to need is a 2.5 inch reducer like so, and a 3 inch drain cap. And then finally, what you're going to need are the stackable planters. Typically you can get these from a dollar shop, obviously $1 each. You can buy them from somewhere else, but they can go up to about $5 a piece. So I definitely recommend trying to get these from a dollar store. I've been pretty much successful getting these all year round, but they may be seasonal in some areas, but I've pretty much been able to find these. Okay, so that's pretty much everything. So let's start building. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to take the 8 stackable planters. We're going to use a 1/2 inch drill bit like this, and typically what I do is I just position it in the middle, so, and then I slowly start going in until it's actually gone in, and then I can start drilling it. And then it's ready for the next hole. Okay, so once you've got all these pre-drilled like so, you might find that the drill bit doesn't quite fit. So you're going to need to sand the hole just a little bit bigger. What I find ideal is something like this, to actually sand and make the holes just that little bit bigger. So we're going to give that a try just right now. Voila. Okay. So once you've got it all drilled and sanded so that the irrigation piping fits through, the next thing would be to drill holes for the drainage. Some of these actually come with the pop-outs, so you can use the pop-outs just fine. Or alternatively, you can actually drill additional holes in here as well for additional drainage. That's kind of your choice. We're just going to go with the pop-outs. So to push these out, kind of using a sharp knife, you have to be very careful. Sometimes it's kind of easy to pop these out, but I actually found these are a little bit difficult, and in my haste I actually managed to crack the actual planter, so you've got to be careful with the plastic. It can be a little brittle sometimes. I mean, this is still good, I just need to make sure I work around there. Okay, so you should have something that looks like this at the end of it. So you have your half-inch hole in the middle for the irrigation piping, and these pop-outs as well for the water to drain through all the way through the system. So the next thing we're going to need to do is we're going to start fabricating the lid for the hole for the irrigation piping, the drainage, and a hole for the hopper to easily feed in additional water into the tote as used as a tank. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is right in the center we're going to mark a hole for the half-inch irrigation piping, and then from here I'm just going to mark holes here outwards for the drainage, and it's up to you how many you want to do, but I find that should be satisfactory. Yep, one more here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 holes. And then finally I'm going to mark from here just one for the hopper. Once again, I'm going to use this drill bit to drill for the center hole for the irrigation piping. So, and then sand it a little bit more so that the pipe will actually fit through. Okay, so once you've drilled your half-inch irrigation piping and sanded it down so it fits through, the next thing to do is start drilling the drainage holes. For this I'm going to use a 3/16 drill bit. You can use it a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, but don't go too big, because remember this is going to support your planters, so having lots of holes is good. Obviously if you drill them too small they'll get clogged up too easily, so make sure they're a decent size. So once again I'm using a 3/16 drill bit here. So once you've got your drainage holes drilled, the very last thing is to drill a hole for your hopper. That's where it's easy to feed the water and the Miracle-Gro straight into the tank. So I'll just start drilling this like so. Make sure it's centered. And start drilling. Okay, perfect. I forgot to mention the drill bit I'm using is a 2.5-inch hole drill, so it pretty much looks like this. Yeah. Okay, so once you've finished sanding this down, you should make sure that it's a nice tight fit for the 2.5-inch reducer. That way you don't really need to glue it in or anything. So there we go. So that should be everything now prefabbed on the lid. We've got the hole for the irrigation pipe, we've got the holes for the drainage, and we've got the hole for the water. So next is to get your 1/2-inch irrigation piping and cut 2 pieces 2 feet long. Alright. Cool, so next we're going to take a pump and we're going to take one of the 1/2-inch male adapters and we're just simply going to thread it in like so, and that should be a good nice tight fit. The good thing about these pumps are they do actually have a filtration system in there, so from time to time it's good to sort of clean it out, because what will happen is small particles of the soil will actually filter through into the actual tank. So it's always good from now and again is to sort of clean that out. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this into the tank. So what you need to do, once you've got your male adapter on top onto your pump, is to position your pump so that the hole is in the middle of the tank. Then take one of the irrigation pipes and thread it in. Then take the lid and push that through the irrigation piping and slide it down. And it's good to have it nice and tight because it helps stabilize it, like so. Make sure obviously the plug to your cable is outside, obviously. Okay, so next is to start getting your planters, start pushing them through. And then take your male coupling, 1/2-inch, push that onto the irrigation piping. Should be a nice snug fit. Typically, I always find that you don't really need to use glue, hot glue, but if you feel that it's leaking a lot, then you can certainly use it. Then take your next 2-foot pipe, 1/2-inch, and then continue the process with the planters. Okay. Then lastly, take your second male adapter, push that onto the top, take your bubbler and thread that onto the top. And lastly, you've got your drainage cap, and that's to cover that, stop any mosquitoes getting into your system. And there we have it, your vertical garden stacking system.